Welcome back to Drowsy Tales Daily. Tonight, the people you trusted with your most precious day became thieves. A wedding planner who stole $850,000 from dream ceremonies that never happened. Venue owners who double-booked reception halls and kept every deposit. And photographers whose once-in-a-lifetime memories were never captured because the cameras were fake. These are the wedding frauds that will make you question every vendor handshake and signed contract. Our first story takes us to Napa Valley, where Amanda seemed like the perfect wedding planner at Vineyard Dreams events. She had built a reputation over 9 years for creating magical vineyard weddings and luxury celebrations that exceeded client expectations. Amanda appeared genuinely passionate about making wedding dreams come true through personalized planning and exclusive vendor relationships. Amanda always goes above and beyond to create the perfect wedding day, and her attention to detail makes every celebration feel truly magical, praised bride Blake during a wedding planning testimonial. Her expertise in luxury weddings gives me confidence that our special day will be everything we've dreamed of and more. But couples began discovering their wedding vendors had never been booked despite signed contracts and paid deposits. With Amanda claiming that popular wedding vendors sometimes experience scheduling conflicts that require last-minute adjustments and alternative arrangements for maintaining wedding day quality and celebration success. Amanda took our $50,000 deposit for venue and catering, but when we arrived for our wedding, nothing was prepared and she says the vendors canceled due to scheduling conflicts. Explained devastated bride Charlotte to the wedding fraud investigation team. Our dream wedding became a nightmare when we discovered none of our vendors had ever been contacted or booked for our celebration. When Charlotte demanded immediate wedding resolution, Amanda apologized and explained that wedding planning involves complex vendor coordination and that last-minute cancellations sometimes require emergency arrangements and alternative celebration options that maintain wedding day quality despite unexpected vendor availability problems. Investigation revealed Amanda had been collecting wedding deposits while never actually booking vendors or venues, instead using client payments to fund personal expenses while couples believed their dream weddings were being professionally planned and coordinated according to signed contracts and celebration agreements. She'd been creating fake vendor contracts and confirmation documents while never making actual bookings, collecting deposits for comprehensive wedding packages that existed only on paper, while clients trusted professional planning for their special day celebrations. The scheme particularly harmed couples who had planned and paid for dream weddings, but faced complete celebration disasters when nothing had been arranged despite months of planning meetings and detailed wedding coordination discussions with Amanda. Amanda had been meeting revenue targets through deposit collection while couples faced wedding devastation from planning fraud that violated celebration agreements and vendor coordination commitments. When wedding industry investigators examined her planning records, they discovered Amanda had collected over $850,000 in wedding deposits while never booking a single vendor or venue, devastating hundreds of couples who trusted professional wedding planning for their most important life celebrations. Our second story brings us to Charleston, where venue coordinator Derek had been managing wedding receptions and special events at Magnolia Manor Estate for 8 years. He was known for his expertise in Southern hospitality and his commitment to providing elegant venue experiences that created memorable celebrations. Derek seemed dedicated to ensuring wedding venues exceeded expectations through exceptional service and beautiful facility management. Derek always ensures our venue provides the perfect setting for weddings, and his hospitality expertise creates memorable experiences for couples and their guests, appreciated venue manager Elena during a facility review meeting. His attention to venue details helps create magical celebrations that couples will treasure for lifetime memories. But couples began arriving for receptions to find venues double-booked with other events. With Derek claiming that venue scheduling involves complex calendar management and that booking conflicts sometimes occur despite careful attention to reservation systems and celebration scheduling procedures. Derek double-booked our reception hall and told us we'd have to share the space with another wedding party, protested groom Francisco to the venue investigation team. We paid $15,000 for exclusive venue use, but he had sold the same space to multiple couples for the same evening celebration. When Francisco demanded exclusive venue access according to his contract, Derek explained that venue management involves maximizing facility utilization and that space-sharing arrangements could provide cost savings while maintaining celebration quality for all couples using venue facilities during busy wedding seasons. Investigation revealed Derek had been deliberately double and triple booking venue spaces while collecting full deposits from multiple couples for identical time slots, then forcing couples to accept shared facilities or forfeit their deposits while Derek profited from overbooking fraud that violated exclusive venue agreements. He'd been selling the same reception halls to multiple couples for identical dates and times, creating false calendar systems that had booking conflicts, and collecting full deposits while planning to force couples into shared arrangements that violated their exclusive venue contracts. The scheme particularly harmed couples who had paid premium prices for exclusive venue access but faced shared celebrations that ruined their special day, while Derek profited from booking fraud that violated venue agreements and celebration exclusivity commitments. Derek had been maximizing venue revenue through overbooking while couples faced reception disasters from venue fraud that violated exclusive booking agreements and celebration privacy expectations. When venue investigators examined his booking records, they found Derek had created over 200 booking conflicts while collecting approximately $460,000 in fraudulent venue deposits from couples who never received the exclusive celebrations they had contracted and paid for through venue agreements. Our third story takes us to Las Vegas, where wedding photographer Gabriella had been capturing ceremony memories and reception moments at Vegas Wedding Photography for 7 years. She was praised for her artistic vision and reliability in documenting important wedding moments that couples would treasure forever. Gabriella seemed genuinely committed to preserving wedding memories through professional photography that captured the emotion and beauty of special day celebrations. Gabriella always captures the perfect wedding moments, and her artistic photography creates beautiful memories that we'll cherish for our entire marriage. Thank couple Harrison during a wedding photography review. Her expertise in wedding photography ensures our special day is preserved forever through stunning images that tell our love story. But couples began discovering their wedding photos were either missing or of poor quality despite paying for premium photography packages, with Gabriella claiming that wedding photography involves technical challenges and that image quality sometimes varies depending on lighting conditions and venue factors that affect photographic results during celebration documentation. Gabriella's wedding photos were completely blurred and unusable, and she says lighting conditions caused technical problems that prevented proper photography, complained bride Isabella to the wedding photography investigation team. We paid $8,000 for professional wedding photography, but received amateur-quality images that failed to capture any meaningful moments from our special day. When Isabella demanded photography refund or retakes, Gabriella explained that wedding photography involves artistic interpretation and that image quality depends on venue conditions and celebration factors that may affect photographic results despite professional equipment and expertise in wedding moment documentation. Investigation revealed Gabriella had been using malfunctioning photography equipment while maintaining professional service pricing, creating poor quality images that failed to meet wedding photography standards while couples paid premium prices for professional celebration documentation that was never actually provided. She'd been using broken cameras and expired film while presenting herself as professional wedding photographer, creating blurred and unusable images while couples believed they were receiving expert photography services for their irreplaceable wedding moments and special day memories. The scheme particularly harmed couples who lost irreplaceable wedding memories due to photography fraud, while Gabriella collected professional fees for substandard services that violated wedding photography agreements and celebration documentation commitments. Gabriella had been meeting photography booking targets while couples faced memory loss from photography fraud that violated professional service standards and wedding documentation expectations. When wedding photography investigators examined her equipment and work samples, they discovered Gabriella had used malfunctioning cameras for over 300 weddings while collecting approximately $270,000 in photography fees from couples who never received the professional wedding documentation they paid for and expected. Our fourth story brings us to Miami, where catering coordinator Julia had been managing wedding receptions and celebration dining at Tropical Taste Catering for 9 years. She was known for her expertise in wedding cuisine and her attention to dietary accommodations that ensured all wedding guests enjoyed exceptional dining experiences. Julia seemed dedicated to providing outstanding catering that enhanced wedding celebrations through delicious food and professional service excellence. Julia always creates exceptional wedding menus, and her catering expertise ensures every guest enjoys delicious food that enhances our celebration, appreciated bride Kevin during a wedding catering testimonial. Her attention to dietary needs and presentation standards makes wedding dining a memorable part of our special day experience. But wedding receptions began experiencing catering disasters with missing food, poor quality meals, and inadequate service. With Julia claiming that wedding catering involves complex logistics and that service quality sometimes varies depending on venue facilities and guest count factors that affect catering delivery and meal presentation during celebrations. Julia's catering was completely inadequate for our reception, with cold food, missing dishes, and unprofessional service that embarrassed us in front of our wedding guests, explained disappointed groom Lauren to the catering investigation team. We paid $12,000 for premium wedding catering but received substandard service that ruined our reception dining experience. When Lauren demanded catering explanation and service improvement, Julia explained that wedding catering involves challenging logistics and that service quality requires venue cooperation and guest coordination that may affect meal delivery and presentation according to celebration timing and facility limitations. Investigation revealed Julia had been deliberately understaffing catering events while using expired ingredients to reduce costs, creating food safety risks and service failures while couples paid premium prices for professional wedding catering that was never actually provided according to contracted service standards. She'd been reducing catering staff to cut labor costs while using spoiled food ingredients that created health risks, providing substandard service while couples believed they were receiving professional wedding catering for their special day celebrations and guest dining experiences. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced embarrassing catering failures during wedding receptions, while Julia profited from service fraud that violated catering agreements and food service commitments for celebration dining and guest satisfaction. Julia had been meeting cost reduction targets while couples faced reception disasters from catering fraud that violated food service standards and wedding dining expectations. When catering investigators examined her service records, they found Julia had provided substandard catering for over 400 weddings while generating approximately $320,000 in cost savings through service fraud that endangered guest health and ruined reception dining experiences for couples who trusted professional wedding catering services. Our fifth story takes us to Seattle, where wedding florist Marcus had been creating bridal bouquets and ceremony decorations at Pacific Northwest Florals for 8 years. He was respected for his artistic floral designs and his commitment to creating beautiful wedding environments that enhance celebration atmospheres. Marcus seemed dedicated to providing stunning floral arrangements that made wedding venues magical through creative design and fresh flower quality. Marcus always creates breathtaking floral arrangements, and his artistic vision transforms wedding venues into magical celebration spaces, praised bride Natasha during a wedding florist review. His expertise in wedding florals ensures our ceremony and reception will be surrounded by beautiful flowers that enhance the romantic atmosphere of our special day. But wedding ceremonies began featuring wilted, artificial, or completely missing floral arrangements despite contracted floral services, with Marcus claiming that wedding florals involve delicate natural materials and that flower quality sometimes varies depending on seasonal availability and transportation factors that affect floral presentation during wedding celebrations. Marcus delivered completely wilted flowers for our ceremony and reception, claiming that transportation problems caused the flowers to deteriorate, complained bride Oliver to the wedding florist investigation team. The dead flowers ruined our wedding photography and ceremony atmosphere despite paying $6,000 for fresh floral arrangements and professional wedding design. When Oliver demanded fresh flower replacement, Marcus explained that wedding florals involve natural materials and that flower condition depends on weather factors and seasonal availability that may affect floral quality despite professional design expertise and careful flower selection for wedding arrangements. Investigation revealed Marcus had been purchasing artificial flowers and expired floral arrangements while charging couples premium prices for fresh wedding florals, creating ceremony disasters while couples believed they were receiving professional floral design for their special day celebrations and romantic atmospheres. He'd been buying cheap artificial flowers and wilted arrangements from wholesalers, presenting fake florals as fresh wedding designs while couples paid premium prices for professional floral services that were never actually provided according to wedding florist agreements. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced embarrassing floral failures during wedding ceremonies, while Marcus profited from floral fraud that violated flower service agreements and wedding decoration commitments for celebration beauty and romantic atmosphere enhancement. Marcus had been meeting profit targets through artificial flower sales, while couples faced ceremony disappointment from floral fraud that violated fresh flower agreements and wedding decoration expectations. When wedding florist investigators examined his flower sourcing, they discovered Marcus had provided artificial or expired flowers for over 500 weddings while generating approximately $280,000 in fraudulent profits from couples who never received the fresh floral arrangements they contracted and paid for through wedding florist services. Our sixth story takes us to Nashville, where wedding musician Patricia had been providing ceremony music and reception entertainment at Music City Wedding Sounds for 7 years. She was known for her musical versatility and reliability in creating perfect soundtracks for wedding celebrations. Patricia seemed genuinely committed to enhancing wedding atmospheres through beautiful music that created memorable moments for couples and their guests. Patricia always provides perfect wedding music, and her musical expertise creates beautiful atmospheres that enhance every moment of our celebration, thanked groom Quinn during a wedding music testimonial. Her professional performance ensures our ceremony and reception will have the perfect soundtrack for our special day memories. But wedding celebrations began experiencing music disasters with equipment failures, missing musicians, or completely inadequate performances, with Patricia claiming that wedding music involves technical equipment and that performance quality sometimes varies depending on venue acoustics and sound system factors that affect musical presentation during celebrations. Patricia never showed up for our wedding ceremony and left us with no music for our processional and reception dancing, explained devastated bride Roberto to the wedding music investigation team. Our silent wedding ceremony and reception felt incomplete without the music we had planned and paid for through professional wedding entertainment services. When Roberto demanded immediate music resolution, Patricia claimed she had experienced equipment problems that prevented wedding attendance and offered to provide music services for a future event when her equipment would be functioning properly for professional musical performance. Investigation revealed Patricia had been overbooking wedding dates while using broken equipment that created performance failures, collecting music service fees while never providing the professional entertainment that couples had contracted for their special day celebrations and musical atmosphere enhancement. She'd been booking multiple weddings for identical dates while using malfunctioning sound equipment that prevented proper musical performance, collecting entertainment fees while couples faced silent celebrations that lacked the musical enhancement they had planned and paid for. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced musicless wedding celebrations, while Patricia collected entertainment fees for services that were never provided according to wedding music agreements and celebration entertainment commitments. Patricia had been maximizing booking revenue while couples faced silent celebrations from music fraud that violated entertainment agreements and wedding atmosphere expectations. When wedding entertainment investigators examined her booking and equipment records, they found Patricia had failed to provide music for over 300 weddings while collecting approximately $180,000 in entertainment fees from couples who never received the professional musical services they contracted for their special day celebrations. Our seventh story takes us to Denver, where wedding cake designer Samuel had been creating custom celebration cakes at Rocky Mountain Wedding Cakes for 9 years. He was praised for his artistic cake designs and attention to flavor combinations that created beautiful and delicious wedding centerpieces. Samuel seemed dedicated to providing exceptional wedding cakes that became memorable focal points of celebration dining and special day photography. Samuel always creates stunning wedding cakes that taste as amazing as they look, appreciated bride Teresa during a wedding cake review. His artistic expertise ensures our wedding cake will be a beautiful centerpiece that our guests will remember and photograph throughout our reception celebration. But wedding receptions began featuring cake disasters with collapsed, inedible, or completely missing wedding cakes. With Samuel claiming that wedding cake creation involves complex baking techniques and that cake quality sometimes varies depending on weather conditions and transportation factors that affect cake stability during delivery and reception presentation. Samuel's wedding cake collapsed during our reception and was completely inedible, ruining our cake-cutting ceremony and guest dessert service, complained groom Victor to the wedding cake investigation team. The cake disaster embarrassed us in front of our wedding guests and eliminated an important tradition from our special day celebration. When Victor demanded cake replacement or refund, Samuel explained that wedding cakes involve delicate construction and that cake stability depends on temperature and humidity factors that may affect cake integrity despite professional baking expertise and careful cake design according to celebration requirements. Investigation revealed Samuel had been using expired ingredients and inadequate structural support while charging premium prices for custom wedding cakes, creating cake failures that ruined reception celebrations while couples paid professional prices for cake artistry that was never actually provided. He'd been purchasing expired flour, spoiled dairy products, and cheap ingredients while presenting himself as professional wedding cake designer, creating unstable cakes that collapsed during receptions while couples believed they were receiving expert cake artistry for their special day celebrations. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced embarrassing cake disasters during wedding receptions, while Samuel collected professional fees for substandard baking that violated wedding cake agreements and celebration dessert commitments. Samuel had been meeting cost reduction targets while couples faced reception embarrassment from cake fraud that violated baking standards and wedding dessert expectations. When wedding cake investigators examined his ingredients and construction methods, they discovered Samuel had created over 400 defective wedding cakes, while generating approximately $250,000 in cost savings through ingredient fraud that ruined reception celebrations for couples who trusted professional wedding cake artistry. Our eighth story brings us to Phoenix, where wedding transportation coordinator Teresa had been managing bridal party travel and guest transportation at Desert Wedding Transport for 6 years. She was known for her reliability in coordinating wedding day logistics and ensuring couples and guests arrived safely and on time for celebrations. Teresa seemed committed to providing stress-free transportation that enhanced wedding day experiences through professional travel coordination and luxury vehicle services. Teresa always ensures perfect wedding day transportation, and her coordination expertise eliminates travel stress for couples and wedding guests, thanked bride Victoria during a wedding transport review. Her professional service ensures everyone arrives safely and on time for our ceremony and reception celebrations. But wedding parties began experiencing transportation disasters with missing vehicles, broken-down buses, or drivers who never appeared, with Teresa claiming that wedding transportation involves complex scheduling and that vehicle availability sometimes varies depending on traffic conditions and driver factors that affect transportation reliability during celebration logistics. Teresa's wedding transportation never arrived, leaving our bridal party stranded and nearly missing our ceremony, explained panicked groom William to the wedding transport investigation team. We paid $3,000 for professional wedding transportation but had to arrange emergency rides that created unnecessary stress on our special day. When William demanded immediate transportation resolution, Teresa apologized and explained that wedding transportation involves vehicle maintenance and driver scheduling that may experience unexpected problems despite careful planning and professional service coordination for celebration travel logistics. Investigation revealed Teresa had been overbooking transportation services while using unreliable vehicles and unlicensed drivers, creating travel disasters while couples paid premium prices for professional wedding transportation that was never actually provided according to contracted travel services. She'd been booking multiple weddings for single vehicles while using broken-down buses and unlicensed drivers who failed to appear for wedding transportation duties, collecting travel fees while couples faced transportation emergencies on their special days. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced travel disasters and ceremony delays while Teresa collected transportation fees for services that were never provided according to wedding travel agreements and celebration logistics commitments. Teresa had been maximizing transportation bookings while couples faced travel emergencies from transport fraud that violated vehicle service agreements and wedding logistics expectations. When wedding transportation investigators examined her vehicle and driver records, they found Teresa had failed to provide transportation for over 200 weddings while collecting approximately $120,000 in travel fees from couples who never received the professional transportation services they contracted for their special day celebrations. Our ninth story takes us to Boston, where wedding videographer Victor had been documenting ceremonies and receptions at New England Wedding Films for 8 years. He was respected for his cinematic approach to wedding videography and his commitment to creating beautiful films that preserved wedding memories forever. Victor seemed dedicated to capturing wedding emotions and moments through professional videography that told couples' love stories. Victor always creates beautiful wedding films that capture every emotional moment of our celebration, praised bride Ava during a wedding videography testimonial. His cinematic expertise ensures our wedding memories will be preserved forever through stunning videography that tells our love story perfectly. But couples began receiving wedding videos that were poorly edited, incomplete, or never delivered despite paying for professional videography services, with Victor claiming that wedding videography involves complex editing processes and that video production sometimes requires extended post-production time for creating quality films that meet professional standards. Victor never delivered our wedding video despite promising completion within 3 months, and now he says the footage was corrupted and unrecoverable, complained bride Blake to the wedding videography investigation team. We paid $7,000 for professional wedding videography, but never received any video documentation of our special day memories and celebration moments. When Blake demanded video delivery or refund, Victor explained that wedding videography involves technical challenges and that video production sometimes experiences equipment failures and editing problems that may affect film delivery despite professional videography expertise and celebration documentation efforts. Investigation revealed Victor had been using malfunctioning video equipment while collecting videography fees for wedding documentation that was never actually possible due to broken cameras and recording failures, creating memory loss for couples who trusted professional videography for their irreplaceable special day moments. He'd been using broken video cameras and corrupted storage devices while presenting himself as professional wedding videographer, creating no usable footage while couples believed they were receiving expert videography services for their once-in-a-lifetime wedding celebrations and precious memories. The scheme particularly harmed couples who lost irreplaceable wedding memories due to videography fraud, while Victor collected professional fees for documentation services that were never actually provided according to wedding videography agreements and memory preservation commitments. Victor had been meeting videography booking targets while couples faced complete memory loss from videography fraud that violated professional documentation standards and wedding preservation expectations. When wedding videography investigators examined his equipment and storage systems, they discovered Victor had used malfunctioning equipment for over 250 weddings while collecting approximately $190,000 in videography fees from couples who never received any video documentation of their special day celebrations and precious wedding memories. Our 10th story brings us to San Francisco, where wedding dress designer William had been creating custom bridal gowns at Golden Gate Bridal Couture for 9 years. He was known for his expertise in bridal fashion and his commitment to creating dream wedding dresses that made brides feel beautiful and confident on their special days. William seemed dedicated to providing exceptional bridal wear through custom design and expert tailoring that enhanced bride beauty and wedding day confidence. William always creates the perfect wedding dress, and his design expertise ensures every bride looks absolutely stunning on her special day, appreciated bride Charlotte during a bridal fashion review. His custom tailoring and attention to detail make dream wedding dresses come true through professional bridal couture and beautiful design artistry. But brides began receiving wedding dresses that were poorly constructed, incorrect sizes, or never completed despite deposits and fittings. With William claiming that custom bridal design involves complex construction and that dress completion sometimes requires additional time for achieving perfect fit and quality according to bridal fashion standards. William never completed my wedding dress despite multiple fittings and a $5,000 deposit, explained devastated bride Diana to the bridal fraud investigation team. My wedding is next week and I have no dress because he kept making excuses about construction delays and fitting adjustments that never resulted in a finished gown. When Diana demanded immediate dress completion, William explained that custom bridal design involves precise construction and that dress quality requires careful attention to detail that may extend completion timelines despite bride scheduling needs and wedding date requirements for finished gowns. Investigation revealed William had been collecting bridal dress deposits while never actually beginning construction, using bride payments to fund personal expenses while brides believed their custom wedding dresses were being professionally created according to design agreements and bridal fashion commitments. He'd been conducting fake dress fittings using temporary materials while never creating actual wedding gowns, collecting deposits for custom bridal design that existed only in sketches while brides trusted professional dress creation for their special day beauty and wedding confidence. The scheme particularly harmed brides who faced wedding day disasters without completed dresses, while William profited from design fraud that violated bridal fashion agreements and wedding dress commitments for special day beauty and bride confidence enhancement. William had been meeting revenue targets through deposit collection while brides faced dress emergencies from design fraud that violated custom bridal agreements and wedding fashion expectations. When bridal industry investigators examined his design and construction records, they discovered William had collected over $400,000 in bridal dress deposits while never completing a single custom wedding gown, devastating hundreds of brides who trusted professional bridal design for their most important fashion moment. Our 11th story brings us to Atlanta, where wedding venue decorator Xavier had been designing ceremony and reception spaces at Southern Charm Wedding Decor for 7 years. He was praised for his artistic vision and ability to transform wedding venues into magical celebration environments through creative decoration and beautiful design elements. Xavier seemed committed to creating stunning wedding atmospheres that enhanced celebration beauty and romantic ambience for couples and their guests. Xavier always transforms wedding venues into magical spaces, and his decorating expertise creates breathtaking atmospheres that make celebrations truly special, thanked groom Yolanda during a wedding decoration review. His artistic vision ensures our venue will be transformed into the romantic paradise we've always dreamed of for our wedding celebration. But wedding venues began featuring incomplete, cheap, or completely missing decorations despite contracted decoration services, with Xavier claiming that wedding decoration involves complex design logistics and that decoration quality sometimes varies depending on venue restrictions and setup time factors that affect decoration installation during celebration preparation. Xavier's wedding decorations were completely different from our contract, with cheap materials and incomplete setup that embarrassed us in front of our guests, complained bride Erin to the wedding decoration investigation team. We paid $8,000 for elegant venue decoration but received amateur quality setup that ruined our ceremony and reception atmosphere. When Erin demanded decoration correction according to contract specifications, Xavier explained that wedding decoration involves artistic interpretation and that design execution sometimes requires material substitutions and setup modifications that maintain decoration quality despite venue limitations and installation challenges. Investigation revealed Xavier had been purchasing cheap decoration materials while charging couples premium prices for elegant wedding decor, using inferior supplies that created disappointing venue transformations, while couples paid professional prices for decoration artistry that was never actually provided. He'd been buying plastic flowers instead of silk arrangements, using damaged linens and broken decorative elements while presenting himself as professional wedding decorator, creating substandard venue atmospheres while couples believed they were receiving expert decoration services. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced embarrassing decoration failures during wedding celebrations, while Xavier profited from decoration fraud that violated venue design agreements and celebration atmosphere commitments. Xavier had been meeting cost reduction targets while couples faced atmosphere disappointment from decoration fraud that violated design standards and wedding ambience expectations. When wedding decoration investigators examined his materials and contracts, they found Xavier had provided substandard decorations for over 300 weddings while generating approximately $210,000 in cost savings through material fraud that ruined celebration atmospheres for couples who trusted professional wedding decoration services. Our 12th story brings us to Dallas, where wedding coordinator Zara had been managing celebration logistics and vendor coordination at Lone Star Wedding Planning for 8 years. She was known for her organizational skills and attention to detail that ensured wedding celebrations proceeded smoothly without stress or complications. Zara seemed dedicated to providing comprehensive wedding coordination that allowed couples to enjoy their special days while professional management handled all celebration logistics and vendor communication. Zara always ensures perfect wedding coordination, and her organizational expertise eliminates stress while creating flawless celebrations, appreciated bride Bruce during a wedding planning review. Her professional management allows us to enjoy our special day while she handles all the logistics and vendor coordination that make weddings successful and memorable. But wedding celebrations began experiencing coordination disasters, with vendors arriving late, missing services, or complete celebration breakdowns. With Zara claiming that wedding coordination involves complex logistics and that vendor management sometimes experiences communication challenges that affect celebration timing despite professional planning and coordination efforts. Zara's coordination was completely inadequate, with vendors arriving hours late and missing services that ruined our wedding timeline, explained frustrated groom Carlos to the wedding coordination investigation team. We paid $10,000 for professional wedding coordination but experienced chaos and stress that professional management should have prevented through proper planning and vendor communication. When Carlos demanded coordination explanation and service improvement, Zara explained that wedding coordination involves managing multiple vendors and that celebration logistics sometimes experience unexpected challenges that require flexibility and adaptation despite comprehensive planning and professional coordination expertise. Investigation revealed Zara had been collecting coordination fees while never actually communicating with vendors or managing celebration logistics, creating wedding disasters while couples believed they had professional planning support for their special day coordination and vendor management needs. She'd been conducting fake planning meetings while never contacting vendors or arranging celebration services, collecting coordination fees for professional management that existed only in planning documents while couples trusted expert coordination for their wedding logistics. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced complete wedding disasters due to coordination failures, while Zara collected planning fees for services that were never provided according to wedding coordination agreements and celebration management commitments. Zara had been meeting coordination revenue targets while couples faced celebration chaos from planning fraud that violated coordination agreements and wedding management expectations. When wedding coordination investigators examined her vendor communications and planning records, they discovered Zara had collected over $360,000 in coordination fees while never contacting a single vendor or providing any actual wedding planning services, creating celebration disasters for hundreds of couples who trusted professional coordination for their special day management. Our 13th story brings us to Las Vegas, where wedding chapel operator David had been conducting ceremonies and managing wedding services at Vegas Forever Chapel for 9 years. He was known for his expertise in wedding ceremonies and his commitment to creating meaningful celebrations that honored couples' love and commitment. David seemed dedicated to providing beautiful wedding experiences through professional ceremony services and chapel management that created lasting memories for couples beginning their married lives. David always creates beautiful wedding ceremonies, and his chapel expertise ensures meaningful celebrations that honor our love and commitment, thanked couple Elena during a wedding ceremony review. His professional service makes our Vegas wedding special and memorable despite the quick timeline and chapel setting limitations. But couples began discovering their wedding ceremonies were not legally valid due to improper licensing and documentation, with David claiming that wedding ceremonies involve complex legal requirements and that marriage validity sometimes depends on paperwork processing and state regulation factors that affect legal recognition despite professional ceremony services. David conducted our wedding ceremony, but we discovered the marriage isn't legally valid because he lacks proper licensing and documentation, explained concerned couple Frank to the wedding chapel investigation team. Our marriage certificate is worthless, and we'll need to arrange another legal ceremony despite paying for professional wedding services and chapel documentation. When Frank demanded explanation for invalid marriage documentation, David explained that wedding chapel operations involve complex licensing requirements and that marriage validity depends on state regulations and paperwork processing that may require additional steps despite professional ceremony services and chapel coordination efforts. Investigation revealed David had been conducting wedding ceremonies without proper licensing while creating false marriage certificates that had no legal validity, creating fake marriages while couples believed they were receiving legitimate wedding services and legal marriage documentation through professional chapel operations. He'd been performing ceremonies without ordained minister credentials while creating fraudulent marriage certificates that appeared official but carried no legal recognition. Collecting ceremony fees while couples received fake marriage documentation that required legal remarriage for validity. The scheme particularly harmed couples who discovered their marriages were invalid, while David profited from ceremony fraud that violated wedding legality commitments and marriage documentation requirements for legally recognized unions and marital status. David had been meeting ceremony revenue targets while couples faced marriage invalidity from chapel fraud that violated wedding legality standards and marriage documentation expectations. When wedding chapel investigators examined his licensing and documentation records, they found David had conducted over 600 invalid wedding ceremonies, while collecting approximately $240,000 in ceremony fees from couples who never received the legal marriage services they believed they were purchasing through professional chapel wedding operations. Our 14th story brings us to Portland, where wedding invitation designer Grace had been creating ceremony stationery and celebration announcements at Pacific Invitation Design for 7 years. She was praised for her artistic invitation designs and attention to printing quality that created beautiful wedding stationery reflecting couples' personalities and celebration themes. Grace seemed committed to providing exceptional invitation services through custom design and professional printing that announced wedding celebrations with elegance and style. Grace always creates stunning wedding invitations that perfectly reflect our style and celebration theme, appreciated Bride Harrison during an invitation design review. Her artistic expertise ensures our wedding stationery will be beautiful keepsakes that announce our celebration with elegance and personal touches that represent our love story. But couples began receiving wedding invitations with printing errors, wrong information, or delivery delays that affected guest notification and celebration planning. With Grace claiming that invitation design involves complex printing processes and that stationery production sometimes experiences technical challenges that affect printing quality and delivery timing despite professional design and production expertise. Grace's wedding invitations contained multiple errors and were delivered too late for proper guest notification, complained bride Isabella to the wedding stationery investigation team. The invitation mistakes and delayed delivery created confusion for our wedding guests and disrupted our celebration planning timeline despite paying for professional invitation design and printing services. When Isabella demanded invitation correction and proper delivery, Grace explained that wedding invitation design involves complex printing coordination and that stationery production sometimes experiences technical difficulties that may affect printing quality and delivery scheduling despite professional design expertise and production planning efforts. Investigation revealed Grace had been using low-quality printing services while charging couples premium prices for professional wedding stationery, creating substandard invitations that embarrassed couples while they paid professional prices for invitation artistry that was never actually provided according to design agreements. She'd been outsourcing invitation printing to amateur services while presenting herself as professional wedding stationer, creating poor-quality invitations with errors and delays while couples believed they were receiving expert stationery design and professional printing services. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced embarrassing invitation failures that affected guest notification, while Grace profited from stationery fraud that violated invitation design agreements and wedding announcement commitments for celebration communication and guest coordination. Grace had been meeting profit targets through printing cost reduction, while couples faced invitation embarrassment from stationery fraud that violated design standards and wedding communication expectations. When wedding stationery investigators examined her printing arrangements and quality standards, they discovered Grace had provided substandard invitations for over 400 weddings, while generating approximately $160,000 in cost savings through printing fraud that embarrassed couples and disrupted celebration planning for weddings that required professional stationery services. Our 15th story brings us to Chicago, where wedding jewelry specialist Isaac had been providing bridal accessories and engagement ring services at Windy City Wedding Jewels for 8 years. He was known for his expertise in bridal jewelry and his commitment to helping couples find perfect rings and accessories that symbolize their love and commitment. Isaac seemed dedicated to providing exceptional jewelry services through expert selection and custom design that enhanced wedding beauty and celebration significance for couples and their special day jewelry needs. Isaac always helps us find the perfect wedding rings, and his jewelry expertise ensures our accessories will be beautiful symbols of our love and commitment. Thank couple Julia during a wedding jewelry consultation. His professional guidance helps us select rings and accessories that reflect our style while maintaining quality and beauty that will last throughout our marriage. But couples began receiving wedding jewelry that was fake, damaged, or significantly different from ordered specifications, with Isaac claiming that jewelry selection involves complex craftsmanship and that accessory quality sometimes varies depending on manufacturing processes and material factors that affect jewelry production despite professional selection and design expertise. Isaac sold us fake diamond engagement rings claiming they were certified gems, but appraisal revealed synthetic stones worth fraction of the price we paid, explained deceived couple Kevin to the wedding jewelry investigation team. The fraudulent jewelry violated our trust and created financial losses for what should have been meaningful symbols of our engagement and marriage commitment. When Kevin demanded authentic jewelry replacement or refund, Isaac provided false certification documents claiming the jewelry was authentic and that appraisal discrepancies sometimes result from different evaluation standards rather than jewelry authenticity problems or misrepresentation of gem quality and value. Investigation revealed Isaac had been selling counterfeit jewelry while providing false certification documents that claimed authentic gem quality, creating financial fraud while couples believed they were purchasing genuine wedding jewelry and meaningful symbols of their love and commitment through professional jewelry services. He'd been purchasing fake diamonds and costume jewelry while creating fraudulent certification papers that showed authentic gem quality, selling counterfeit accessories while couples paid premium prices for genuine wedding jewelry and symbolic accessories. The scheme particularly harmed couples who invested significant money in fake wedding jewelry while Isaac profited from authenticity fraud that violated jewelry quality commitments and symbolic meaning expectations for engagement and marriage, accessories that should represent genuine love and lasting commitment. Isaac had been meeting profit targets through counterfeit sales while couples faced financial losses from jewelry fraud that violated authenticity standards and wedding symbol expectations. When jewelry fraud investigators examined his inventory and certification records, they found Isaac had sold over 800 pieces of counterfeit wedding jewelry while generating approximately $520,000 in fraudulent profits from couples who never received the authentic gems they believed they were purchasing for their engagement and marriage celebrations. Our 16th story brings us to San Diego, where wedding makeup artist Laura had been providing bridal beauty services and special occasion makeup at Coastal Wedding Beauty for 6 years. She was respected for her artistic makeup skills and reliability in creating beautiful bridal looks that enhanced wedding day confidence and photography. Laura seemed committed to helping brides look their most beautiful through professional makeup artistry that created flawless looks for ceremony and reception celebrations. Laura always creates perfect bridal makeup that makes me feel beautiful and confident for wedding photography and celebration moments, praised bride Marcus during a wedding beauty consultation. Her professional artistry ensures I'll look flawless throughout my special day while feeling confident and beautiful for ceremony and reception celebrations that will be photographed and remembered forever. But brides began experiencing makeup disasters with allergic reactions, poor application, or complete service failures on their wedding days. With Laura claiming that bridal makeup involves individual skin sensitivities and that beauty application sometimes varies depending on skin conditions and environmental factors that affect makeup performance during wedding celebrations. Laura's makeup caused severe allergic reactions that required emergency medical treatment on my wedding day, explained injured bride Nancy to the wedding beauty investigation team. The makeup disaster ruined my wedding day and created medical emergencies that should have been prevented by proper product testing and professional beauty expertise. When Nancy demanded explanation for makeup reactions and medical treatment costs, Laura claimed that bridal makeup sometimes causes unexpected reactions and that skin sensitivity testing isn't always reliable for predicting individual responses to beauty products and professional makeup application techniques. Investigation revealed Laura had been using expired and contaminated makeup products while charging premium prices for professional bridal beauty services, creating health risks for brides who trusted professional makeup artistry for their special day beauty and wedding confidence enhancement. She'd been purchasing expired cosmetics and contaminated beauty products while presenting herself as professional bridal makeup artist, using dangerous products that caused skin reactions while brides believed they were receiving safe, expert beauty services. The scheme particularly harmed brides who suffered allergic reactions and medical emergencies, while Laura collected professional fees for beauty services that violated safety standards and bridal makeup commitments for wedding day beauty and confidence enhancement. Laura had been meeting cost reduction targets while brides faced health risks from beauty fraud that violated makeup safety standards and professional service expectations. When wedding beauty investigators examined her product inventory and application methods, they discovered Laura had used expired makeup on over 300 brides, while generating approximately $90,000 in cost savings through product fraud that endangered bride health and safety during wedding beauty services. Our 17th story brings us to Houston, where wedding security coordinator Oscar had been managing celebration safety and guest protection at Texas Wedding Security for 9 years. He was known for his expertise in event security and his commitment to ensuring wedding celebrations remained safe and enjoyable for couples and their guests. Oscar seemed dedicated to providing professional security services that protected wedding celebrations while maintaining festive atmospheres and guest comfort throughout ceremony and reception events. Oscar always ensures perfect wedding security while maintaining celebration atmosphere, noted venue manager Patricia during a security services review. His professional expertise protects our celebrations while allowing guests to enjoy festivities without security concerns or safety disruptions that could affect wedding enjoyment and guest comfort. But wedding celebrations began experiencing security failures with theft, disruptions, or inadequate protection despite contracted security services, with Oscar claiming that wedding security involves complex crowd management and that protection effectiveness sometimes varies depending on guest behavior and venue factors that affect security coordination during celebration events. Oscar's security failed to prevent theft of wedding gifts and guest belongings, creating financial losses and safety concerns during our reception, complained groom Quinn to the wedding security investigation team. The security failures allowed criminal activity that should have been prevented by professional protection services and proper celebration monitoring throughout our wedding events. When Quinn demanded security explanation and theft recovery assistance, Oscar explained that wedding security involves managing large crowds and that theft prevention requires guest cooperation and venue design factors that may affect security effectiveness despite professional protection services and celebration monitoring efforts. Investigation revealed Oscar had been providing inadequate security staffing while using untrained personnel who failed to provide proper protection, creating safety risks while couples paid premium prices for professional wedding security and celebration protection services that were never actually provided. He'd been reducing security staff to cut labor costs while using unqualified personnel who lacked security training, providing inadequate protection while couples believed they were receiving professional security services for their celebration safety and guest protection needs. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced theft and safety incidents during wedding celebrations, while Oscar profited from security fraud that violated protection agreements and celebration safety commitments for guest security and event protection. Oscar had been meeting cost reduction targets while couples faced security failures from protection fraud that violated safety standards and wedding security expectations. When wedding security investigators examined his staffing and training records, they found Oscar had provided inadequate security for over 200 weddings while generating approximately $140,000 in cost savings through staffing fraud that created safety risks and allowed criminal activity during celebration events that required professional security protection. Our 18th story brings us to New Orleans, where wedding band coordinator Rachel had been managing musical entertainment and reception performances at Crescent City Wedding Music for 7 years. She was praised for her expertise in wedding entertainment and her ability to coordinate musical performances that created perfect celebration atmospheres. Rachel seemed committed to providing exceptional musical entertainment through professional coordination and talented performers who enhanced wedding celebrations with memorable music and dancing. Rachel always coordinates perfect wedding entertainment, and her musical expertise ensures our celebration will have amazing performances that create lasting memories. thanked couple Stephen during a wedding entertainment consultation. Her professional coordination guarantees our reception will have the perfect musical atmosphere for celebration dancing and memorable entertainment that our guests will enjoy throughout the evening. But wedding receptions began experiencing entertainment disasters with missing musicians, poor performances, or inadequate sound systems, with Rachel claiming that musical entertainment involves complex coordination and that performance quality sometimes varies depending on venue acoustics and equipment factors that affect musical presentation during celebration events. Rachel's wedding band never arrived for our reception, leaving us with no music for dancing and celebration entertainment, explained disappointed bride Tina to the wedding entertainment investigation team. The missing entertainment ruined our reception atmosphere and eliminated dancing and musical celebration that we had planned and paid for through professional entertainment coordination services. When Tina demanded immediate entertainment resolution, Rachel apologized and explained that musical entertainment involves performer scheduling and that band availability sometimes experiences unexpected conflicts that require alternative arrangements despite professional coordination and entertainment planning efforts for celebration music and dancing. Investigation revealed Rachel had been overbooking entertainment services while using amateur performers who provided substandard musical quality, creating entertainment disasters while couples paid professional prices for wedding entertainment and celebration music coordination that was never actually provided according to contracted services. She'd been booking multiple weddings for single entertainment groups while using inexperienced musicians who lacked professional performance skills, collecting entertainment fees while couples received amateur performances that failed to meet wedding celebration standards. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced entertainment disasters during wedding receptions, while Rachel profited from entertainment fraud that violated musical coordination agreements and celebration atmosphere commitments for reception music and dancing enjoyment. Rachel had been maximizing entertainment bookings while couples faced reception disappointment from entertainment fraud that violated performance standards and wedding music expectations. When wedding entertainment investigators examined her booking and performer records, they discovered Rachel had provided substandard entertainment for over 400 weddings while collecting approximately $300,000 in entertainment fees from couples who never received the professional musical services they contracted for their celebration entertainment and reception atmosphere. Our 19th story brings us to Salt Lake City, where wedding favors specialist Tyler had been creating celebration keepsakes and guest gifts at Mountain Wedding Favors for 8 years. He was known for his creativity in designing meaningful wedding favors that provided beautiful mementos for guests to remember special celebrations. Tyler seemed dedicated to creating personalized wedding keepsakes through custom design and quality craftsmanship that enhanced celebration memories for couples and their wedding guests. Tyler always creates beautiful wedding favors that provide perfect keepsakes for our guests to remember our special celebration, appreciated bride Una during a wedding favors consultation. His creative expertise ensures our wedding guests will have meaningful mementos that reflect our love story and celebration theme while providing lasting memories of our special day. But wedding guests began receiving cheap, broken, or completely different favors than couples had ordered and paid for, with Tyler claiming that wedding favor production involves complex manufacturing and that keepsake quality sometimes varies depending on production factors and material availability that affect favor creation despite professional design and craftsmanship expertise. Tyler's wedding favors were completely different from our order with cheap materials and poor quality that embarrassed us in front of our guests, complained groom Victor to the wedding favors investigation team. The substandard favors failed to represent our celebration properly and created disappointment for wedding guests who expected meaningful keepsakes from our special day celebration. When Victor demanded favor correction according to order specifications, Tyler explained that wedding favor production involves manufacturing variables and that keepsake creation sometimes requires material substitutions and design modifications that maintain favor quality despite production challenges and availability limitations for custom wedding gifts and guest mementos. Investigation revealed Tyler had been using cheap materials and mass-produced items while charging couples premium prices for custom wedding favors. creating disappointing keepsakes, while couples paid professional prices for personalized favor design and quality craftsmanship that was never actually provided according to favor agreements. He'd been purchasing generic party favors and applying basic labels while presenting them as custom wedding keepsakes, using inferior materials while couples believed they were receiving professional favor design and personalized guest gifts for their celebration memories. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced embarrassing favor failures that disappointed wedding guests, while Tyler profited from favor fraud that violated keepsake design agreements and guest gift commitments for celebration mementos and wedding memories. Tyler had been meeting profit targets through material cost reduction, while couples faced guest disappointment from favor fraud that violated design standards and wedding keepsake expectations. When wedding favor investigators examined his materials and production methods, they found Tyler had provided substandard favors for over 500 weddings while generating approximately $170,000 in cost savings through material fraud that disappointed guests and embarrassed couples who trusted professional favor design for their celebration keepsakes. Our 20th story brings us to Minneapolis, where wedding registry coordinator Violet had been managing gift registries and celebration purchases at Twin Cities Wedding Registry for 9 years. She was respected for her expertise in gift coordination and her commitment to helping couples receive meaningful presents that supported their new married lives. Violet seemed dedicated to providing comprehensive registry services through professional coordination and gift management that enhanced wedding celebrations and couple happiness through thoughtful present selection and delivery. Violet always manages perfect wedding registries, and her coordination expertise ensures we receive meaningful gifts that support our new marriage, thanked couple Wesley during a wedding registry consultation. Her professional service helps our guests select appropriate presents while ensuring gift delivery and registry management that makes wedding celebrations more meaningful and supportive for our future together. But couples began discovering their wedding gifts were missing, damaged, or never delivered despite guest purchases and registry coordination, with Violet claiming that gift registry management involves complex logistics and that present delivery sometimes experiences shipping challenges and coordination difficulties that affect gift arrival despite professional registry management and delivery coordination efforts. Violet's registry coordination resulted in missing wedding gifts worth thousands of dollars that our guests purchased but we never received, explained frustrated couple Yolanda to the wedding registry investigation team. The missing presents created disappointment for both us and our wedding guests who thought they were providing meaningful gifts through professional registry coordination and delivery services. When Yolanda demanded gift recovery and delivery explanation, Violet explained that wedding registry coordination involves multiple vendors and that gift delivery sometimes experiences shipping problems and logistics challenges that may affect present arrival despite professional registry management and coordination expertise for wedding gift delivery and couple satisfaction. Investigation revealed Violet had been stealing wedding gifts while maintaining false delivery records that showed successful gift coordination, creating registry theft while couples and guests believed presents were being professionally managed through legitimate registry services and gift delivery coordination. She'd been intercepting wedding gifts during delivery processing while creating fake delivery confirmations that showed successful gift arrival, stealing presents while couples waited for wedding gifts that guests had purchased and sent through registry coordination services. The scheme particularly harmed couples who lost wedding gifts while guests believed their presents had been delivered, while Violet profited from registry theft that violated gift coordination commitments and wedding present delivery responsibilities for couple happiness and guest satisfaction. Violet had been meeting personal profit targets while couples faced gift theft from registry fraud that violated delivery standards and wedding gift expectations. When wedding registry investigators examined her delivery records and gift tracking systems, they discovered Violet had stolen over 1,200 wedding gifts while maintaining false delivery documentation, creating gift losses worth approximately $480,000 from couples and guests who trusted professional registry coordination for wedding present delivery and gift management services. Our 21st story brings us to Kansas City, where wedding budget consultant Walter had been providing financial planning and cost management services at Heartland Wedding Finance for 7 years. He was known for his expertise in wedding budgeting and his commitment to helping couples plan affordable celebrations that stayed within financial means. Walter seemed dedicated to providing honest financial guidance that prevented wedding debt while maximizing celebration value through smart budgeting and cost-effective vendor selection for beautiful and affordable wedding planning. Walter always provides excellent wedding budget guidance that helps us plan affordable celebrations without compromising quality or creating financial stress, appreciated couple Aaron during a wedding finance consultation. His expertise ensures our wedding will be beautiful and memorable while staying within our budget and avoiding debt that could impact our marriage and future financial security. But couples began accumulating massive wedding debt despite budget planning and financial guidance, with Walter claiming that wedding planning involves complex cost factors and that celebration expenses sometimes exceed initial estimates due to vendor pricing and service upgrades that affect wedding budgets despite financial planning and cost management efforts. Walter's budget planning resulted in wedding costs that exceeded our budget by $40,000, creating massive debt that impacts our marriage financial security, complained couple Barbara to the wedding finance investigation team. The budget failures created financial stress that should have been prevented by professional financial planning and honest cost guidance for affordable wedding celebrations. When Barbara demanded budget explanation and financial planning accountability, Walter explained that wedding planning involves unpredictable costs and that celebration budgeting sometimes experiences vendor pricing changes and service modifications that may affect financial planning despite professional budget guidance and cost management expertise for affordable wedding coordination. Investigation revealed Walter had been accepting kickbacks from expensive vendors while steering couples toward high-cost services that exceeded budget limits, creating financial hardship while couples trusted professional budget guidance for affordable wedding planning and financial security protection during celebration coordination. He'd been receiving commissions from overpriced vendors while encouraging couples to exceed budget limits through expensive service upgrades, creating debt while couples believed they were receiving honest financial guidance for affordable celebrations and budget protection. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced financial hardship and wedding debt while Walter profited from budget fraud that violated financial planning commitments and affordable celebration guidance for couple financial security and marriage stability. Walter had been meeting vendor commission targets while couples faced debt creation from budget fraud that violated financial planning standards and affordable wedding expectations. When wedding finance investigators examined his vendor relationships and commission records, they found Walter had steered over 300 couples toward excessive wedding debt while collecting approximately $230,000 in vendor kickbacks, creating financial hardship that violated budget planning commitments and couple financial protection responsibilities. Our 20-second story brings us to Richmond, where wedding timeline coordinator Xavier had been managing celebration schedules and event timing at Virginia Wedding Timing for 8 years. He was praised for his organizational skills and attention to scheduling details that ensured wedding celebrations proceeded smoothly according to planned timelines. Xavier seemed committed to providing comprehensive timeline management that eliminated stress and confusion while maximizing celebration enjoyment through professional schedule coordination and event timing expertise. Xavier always creates perfect wedding timelines that ensure our celebration proceeds smoothly without stress or confusion, thanked bride Yolanda during a wedding timeline consultation. His organizational expertise guarantees our wedding day will be perfectly coordinated with proper timing that allows us to enjoy every moment of our special celebration without schedule concerns or timing problems. But wedding celebrations began experiencing timeline disasters with delayed ceremonies, missed events, or complete schedule breakdowns, with Xavier claiming that wedding timeline management involves complex coordination and that celebration scheduling sometimes experiences vendor delays and timing challenges that affect event coordination despite professional timeline planning and schedule management efforts. Xavier's timeline coordination was completely inadequate with delayed ceremonies and missed events that ruined our wedding celebration flow, explained frustrated groom Zachary to the wedding timeline investigation team. The schedule disasters created stress and confusion that professional timeline management should have prevented through proper coordination and vendor communication for smooth celebration timing. When Zachary demanded timeline explanation and schedule improvement, Xavier explained that wedding coordination involves managing multiple vendors and that celebration timing sometimes experiences unexpected delays and scheduling conflicts that require flexibility and adaptation despite comprehensive timeline planning and professional coordination expertise for wedding schedule management. Investigation revealed Xavier had been collecting timeline coordination fees while never actually creating detailed schedules or communicating with vendors, creating celebration chaos while couples believed they had professional timeline management for their wedding coordination and event scheduling needs. He'd been conducting fake timeline meetings while never developing actual celebration schedules or vendor coordination, collecting coordination fees for timeline management that existed only in planning documents while couples trusted professional schedule coordination for their wedding timing. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced complete wedding timeline disasters while Xavier collected coordination fees for schedule management services that were never provided according to timeline coordination agreements and celebration planning commitments. Xavier had been meeting coordination revenue targets while couples faced schedule chaos from timeline fraud that violated coordination agreements and wedding timing expectations. When wedding timeline investigators examined his scheduling documents and vendor communications, they discovered Xavier had collected over $280,000 in timeline coordination fees while never creating a single actual wedding schedule or providing any timeline management services, creating celebration disasters for hundreds of couples who trusted professional schedule coordination for their special day timing. Our 23rd story brings us to Boise, where wedding honeymoon specialist Yvonne had been planning romantic getaways and post-wedding travel at Idaho Honeymoon Adventures for 9 years. She was known for her expertise in romantic travel and her commitment to creating perfect honeymoon experiences that provided beautiful beginnings for married couples. Yvonne seemed dedicated to providing exceptional honeymoon planning through destination expertise and travel coordination that enhanced post-wedding romance and couple bonding through memorable travel experiences. Yvonne always plans perfect honeymoons that create romantic memories and provide beautiful travel experiences for beginning our marriage, appreciated couple Adam during a honeymoon planning consultation. Her travel expertise ensures our post-wedding getaway will be romantic and memorable while providing the perfect start to our married life through beautiful destinations and romantic travel coordination. But couples began experiencing honeymoon disasters with canceled reservations, substandard accommodations, or completely missing travel arrangements, with Yvonne claiming that honeymoon planning involves complex travel logistics and that vacation coordination sometimes experiences booking challenges and destination factors that affect travel arrangements despite professional planning and honeymoon coordination expertise. Yvonne's honeymoon planning resulted in canceled hotel reservations and missing flight bookings that ruined our post-wedding travel, explained disappointed couple Barbara to the honeymoon planning investigation team. The travel disasters eliminated our romantic getaway and created stress that should have been prevented by professional honeymoon planning and travel coordination for post-wedding romance and relaxation. When Barbara demanded travel explanation and honeymoon resolution, Yvonne explained that honeymoon planning involves destination coordination and that travel arrangements sometimes experience booking problems and availability issues that may affect vacation planning despite professional travel expertise and honeymoon coordination efforts for romantic getaway planning. Investigation revealed Yvonne had been collecting honeymoon planning fees while never actually booking travel arrangements or accommodations, creating travel disasters while couples believe they had professional honeymoon coordination for their post-wedding romantic getaways and travel experiences. She'd been conducting fake planning sessions while never making actual travel bookings or accommodation reservations, collecting planning fees for honeymoon coordination that existed only in travel documents while couples trusted professional travel planning for their romantic post-wedding experiences. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced honeymoon disasters and lost romantic travel opportunities while Yvonne profited from travel fraud that violated honeymoon planning commitments and romantic getaway coordination for post-wedding couple bonding and travel memories. Yvonne had been meeting planning revenue targets while couples faced travel disappointment from honeymoon fraud that violated travel coordination standards and romantic getaway expectations. When honeymoon planning investigators examined her booking records and travel arrangements, They found Yvonne had collected over $320,000 in honeymoon planning fees while never booking a single travel arrangement or accommodation, devastating hundreds of couples who trusted professional honeymoon coordination for their post-wedding romantic travel and marriage celebration getaways. Our 24th story brings us to Anchorage, where wedding cold weather specialist Aria had been managing winter celebrations and seasonal wedding coordination at Alaska Winter Weddings for 6 years. She was respected for her expertise in cold weather celebrations and her commitment to creating beautiful winter weddings that embraced seasonal beauty while ensuring guest comfort and celebration success. Aria seemed dedicated to providing exceptional winter wedding services through seasonal expertise and cold weather coordination that enhanced celebration beauty while managing weather challenges for memorable winter celebrations. Aria always creates beautiful winter weddings that embrace seasonal beauty while ensuring guest comfort and celebration success, thanked couple Brandon during a winter wedding consultation. Her cold weather expertise guarantees our winter celebration will be magical and memorable while managing weather challenges that could affect guest comfort and celebration enjoyment during our special day. But winter wedding celebrations began experiencing weather disasters with inadequate heating, poor preparation, or complete celebration failures due to cold weather problems. With Aria claiming that winter wedding coordination involves complex weather management and that seasonal celebrations sometimes experience environmental challenges that affect celebration comfort despite professional winter planning and cold weather coordination expertise. Aria's winter wedding coordination failed to provide adequate heating and weather protection, creating dangerous conditions for our guests during our celebration, complained couple Chloe to the winter wedding investigation team. The cold weather disasters endangered guest safety and ruined our celebration despite paying for professional winter wedding coordination and seasonal celebration management that should have prevented weather problems. When Chloe demanded weather coordination explanation and celebration safety assurance, Aria explained that winter wedding planning involves unpredictable weather factors and that seasonal coordination sometimes experiences environmental challenges that may affect celebration comfort despite professional winter expertise in cold weather management efforts for seasonal celebration success. Investigation revealed Aria had been collecting winter wedding coordination fees while failing to provide proper heating and weather protection services, creating dangerous conditions while couples paid premium prices for professional winter celebration coordination and cold weather management that was never actually provided. She'd been promising winter weather protection while never arranging adequate heating or seasonal preparation, collecting coordination fees for winter wedding services that failed to address cold weather challenges, while couples trusted professional seasonal expertise for safe winter celebrations. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced dangerous winter wedding conditions, while Aria profited from seasonal fraud that violated winter wedding commitments and cold weather celebration safety responsibilities for guest protection and seasonal celebration success. Aria had been meeting winter coordination revenue targets while couples faced weather dangers from seasonal fraud that violated winter wedding standards and cold weather celebration expectations. When winter wedding investigators examined her weather coordination and safety preparation records, they discovered Aria had provided inadequate winter services for over 150 weddings while collecting approximately $110,000 in seasonal coordination fees from couples who never received the professional winter weather protection they trusted for safe and comfortable cold weather celebrations. Our 25th story brings us to Little Rock, where wedding cultural specialist Damien had been coordinating multicultural celebrations and traditional ceremony elements at Arkansas cultural weddings for 8 years. He was known for his expertise in cultural traditions and his commitment to honoring diverse wedding customs that reflected couples' heritage and family traditions. Damien seemed dedicated to providing authentic cultural coordination through traditional expertise and respectful celebration management that honored cultural significance while creating meaningful multicultural wedding experiences. Damien always honors our cultural traditions and ensures our multicultural wedding celebration respectfully incorporates family customs and heritage elements, appreciated couple Elena during a cultural wedding consultation. His cultural expertise guarantees our celebration will honor both our traditions while creating a meaningful ceremony that reflects our heritage and family values through authentic cultural coordination and traditional ceremony elements. But multicultural wedding celebrations began experiencing cultural disasters with inappropriate traditions, disrespectful presentations, or complete cultural misrepresentation, with Damien claiming that cultural wedding coordination involves complex traditional knowledge and that multicultural celebrations sometimes experience interpretation challenges that affect cultural presentation despite professional cultural expertise and traditional ceremony coordination efforts. Damien's cultural coordination completely misrepresented our traditions and created offensive presentations that embarrassed our families during our multicultural celebration, explained upset couple Felix to the cultural wedding investigation team. The cultural disasters dishonored our heritage and created family conflicts that should have been prevented by respectful cultural coordination and authentic traditional ceremony management for meaningful multicultural celebrations. When Felix demanded cultural explanation and respectful coordination correction, Damien explained that multicultural wedding planning involves diverse traditional elements and that cultural coordination sometimes experiences interpretation differences that may affect traditional presentation despite professional cultural expertise and respectful ceremony coordination efforts for authentic multicultural celebrations. Investigation revealed Damien had been providing fake cultural coordination while lacking actual knowledge of traditional customs, creating offensive presentations while couples paid premium prices for authentic cultural celebration coordination and respectful traditional ceremony management that was never actually provided. He'd been researching cultural traditions through internet sources while presenting himself as cultural expert, creating inappropriate ceremony elements while couples believed they were receiving authentic cultural coordination for meaningful traditional celebrations and heritage honoring. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced cultural embarrassment and family conflicts, while Damien profited from cultural fraud that violated traditional coordination commitments and respectful multicultural celebration responsibilities for heritage honoring and family tradition respect. Damien had been meeting cultural coordination revenue targets while couples faced tradition misrepresentation from cultural fraud that violated authentic coordination standards and multicultural celebration expectations. When cultural wedding investigators examined his traditional knowledge and ceremony coordination records, they found Damien had provided fake cultural services for over 200 multicultural weddings while collecting approximately $180,000 in cultural coordination fees from couples who never received the authentic traditional ceremony coordination they trusted for respectful heritage celebration and meaningful cultural wedding experiences. Our 26th story brings us to Fargo, where wedding destination specialist Elena had been coordinating travel weddings and location celebrations at Dakota Destination Weddings for 7 years. She was praised for her expertise in destination wedding planning and her ability to coordinate complex travel celebrations that created memorable experiences in beautiful locations. Elena seemed committed to providing exceptional destination coordination through location expertise and travel planning that enhanced wedding celebrations while managing logistics challenges for memorable destination wedding experiences. Elena always coordinates perfect destination weddings that create memorable travel celebrations in beautiful locations, thanked couple Grace during a destination wedding consultation. Her travel expertise ensures our destination celebration will be flawless while managing complex logistics that make travel weddings successful and memorable for couples and guests who join our special celebration in beautiful locations. But destination wedding celebrations began experiencing travel disasters with canceled accommodations, missing services, or complete celebration failures at destination locations, with Elena claiming that destination wedding coordination involves complex travel logistics and that location celebrations sometimes experience booking challenges and destination factors that affect travel arrangements despite professional destination planning and travel coordination expertise. Elena's destination wedding coordination resulted in canceled hotel bookings and missing venue arrangements that ruined our travel celebration, explained disappointed couple Harrison to the destination wedding investigation team. The destination disasters eliminated our dream location wedding and created travel stress that should have been prevented by professional destination coordination and travel planning for memorable location celebrations. When Harrison demanded destination explanation and travel coordination resolution, Elena explained that destination wedding planning involves location coordination and that travel arrangements sometimes experience booking problems and availability issues that may affect celebration planning despite professional destination expertise. and travel coordination efforts for location wedding success. Investigation revealed Elena had been collecting destination wedding coordination fees while never actually booking travel arrangements or destination services, creating travel disasters while couples believed they had professional destination coordination for their location celebrations and travel wedding experiences. She'd been conducting fake destination planning sessions while never making actual location bookings or travel arrangements, collecting coordination fees for destination wedding services that existed only in travel documents while couples trusted professional destination planning for their location celebrations. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced destination wedding disasters and lost dream location celebrations, while Elena profited from destination fraud that violated travel coordination commitments and location wedding planning responsibilities for destination celebration success and travel wedding memories. Elena had been meeting destination coordination revenue targets while couples faced travel disappointment from destination fraud that violated location coordination standards and destination wedding expectations. When destination wedding investigators examined her travel booking records and location arrangements, they discovered Elena had collected over $400,000 in destination wedding coordination fees while never booking a single destination service or travel arrangement, devastating hundreds of couples who trusted professional destination coordination for their dream location celebrations and travel wedding experiences. Our 27th story brings us to Helena, where wedding emergency coordinator Felix had been managing celebration crisis response and emergency planning at Montana Wedding Emergency Services for 9 years. He was known for his expertise in wedding emergency management and his commitment to providing crisis response that protected celebrations from unexpected problems and disasters. Felix seemed dedicated to ensuring wedding celebrations continued successfully despite emergencies through professional crisis coordination and emergency response that maintained celebration quality during unexpected challenges and crisis situations. Felix always provides excellent emergency coordination that protects our celebration from unexpected problems while ensuring our wedding continues successfully despite any crisis situations. Appreciated couple Ivan during a wedding emergency planning consultation. His emergency expertise guarantees our celebration will be protected from unexpected challenges while maintaining wedding quality and guest safety through professional crisis management and emergency response coordination for celebration protection. But wedding celebrations began experiencing emergency disasters with inadequate crisis response, missing emergency services, or complete emergency management failures, with Felix claiming that wedding emergency coordination involves unpredictable crisis factors, and that emergency response sometimes experiences coordination challenges that affect crisis management despite professional emergency planning and crisis response expertise for celebration protection. Felix's emergency coordination completely failed during our wedding crisis, leaving us without professional assistance when we needed immediate help, explained crisis-affected couple Julia to the wedding emergency investigation team. The emergency management failures created dangerous situations that should have been handled by professional crisis coordination and emergency response services that we had contracted for celebration protection and crisis management. When Julia demanded emergency coordination explanation and crisis response accountability, Felix explained that wedding emergency management involves unpredictable crisis situations and that emergency coordination sometimes experiences response challenges that may affect crisis management despite professional emergency expertise and crisis response efforts for celebration protection and emergency assistance. Investigation revealed Felix had been collecting emergency coordination fees while never actually providing crisis response services or emergency management, creating dangerous situations while couples paid premium prices for professional emergency protection and crisis coordination that was never actually available during celebration emergencies and crisis situations. He'd been promising emergency response services while never arranging actual crisis management or emergency assistance, collecting coordination fees for emergency services that existed only in planning documents, while couples trusted professional crisis protection for their celebration safety and emergency management. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced wedding emergencies without professional assistance, while Felix profited from emergency fraud that violated crisis coordination commitments and emergency response responsibilities for celebration protection and crisis management during unexpected wedding challenges and dangerous situations. Felix had been meeting emergency coordination revenue targets while couples faced crisis abandonment from emergency fraud that violated crisis management standards and wedding emergency protection expectations. When wedding emergency investigators examined his crisis response records and emergency coordination systems, they found Felix had collected over $250,000 in emergency coordination fees while never providing a single emergency response service or crisis management assistance, abandoning hundreds of couples during wedding emergencies who trusted professional crisis protection for their celebration safety and emergency assistance needs. Our 28th story brings us to Cheyenne, where wedding legacy coordinator Grace had been managing family tradition documentation and celebration heritage preservation at Wyoming Wedding Legacy for 8 years. She was respected for her expertise in family tradition coordination and her commitment to preserving wedding memories that honored family heritage while creating lasting celebration documentation. Grace seemed dedicated to providing comprehensive legacy services through family tradition expertise and heritage coordination that enhanced wedding significance while preserving celebration memories for future generations and family history documentation. Grace always coordinates perfect family tradition documentation that preserves our wedding heritage while honoring family customs and creating lasting memories, thanked couple Kyle during a wedding legacy consultation. Her heritage expertise ensures our celebration will honor family traditions while creating documentation that preserves wedding memories for future generations through professional legacy coordination and family tradition preservation services. But couples began discovering their wedding legacy documentation was incomplete, inaccurate, or completely missing despite contracted heritage preservation services, with Grace claiming that legacy coordination involves complex family research and that heritage documentation sometimes experiences research challenges that affect tradition preservation despite professional legacy expertise and family coordination efforts for celebration documentation. Grace's legacy coordination failed to preserve our family traditions and wedding heritage, resulting in lost documentation that should have been professionally preserved, explained disappointed couple Liam to the wedding legacy investigation team. The heritage preservation failures eliminated important family tradition documentation that we had contracted and paid for through professional legacy coordination and celebration heritage preservation services. When Liam demanded legacy explanation and heritage preservation accountability, Grace explained that wedding legacy coordination involves complex family research and that tradition documentation sometimes experiences research difficulties that may affect heritage preservation despite professional legacy expertise and family coordination efforts for celebration documentation and tradition preservation. Investigation revealed Grace had been collecting legacy coordination fees while never actually conducting family research or creating heritage documentation, creating documentation fraud, while couples believe they had professional legacy preservation for their wedding heritage and family tradition documentation needs. She'd been conducting fake legacy meetings while never researching family traditions or creating actual heritage documentation, collecting coordination fees for legacy services that existed only in preservation documents while couples trusted professional family tradition coordination for their celebration heritage. The scheme particularly harmed couples who lost irreplaceable family tradition documentation while Grace profited from legacy fraud that violated heritage preservation commitments and family tradition coordination responsibilities for celebration documentation and wedding heritage preservation for future generations. Grace had been meeting legacy coordination revenue targets while couples faced heritage loss from legacy fraud that violated tradition preservation standards and wedding heritage documentation expectations. When wedding legacy investigators examined her research records and heritage documentation systems, they discovered Grace had collected over $190,000 in legacy coordination fees, while never creating a single piece of family tradition documentation or heritage preservation, eliminating wedding heritage preservation for hundreds of couples who trusted professional legacy coordination for their celebration tradition documentation and family history preservation. Our 29th story brings us to Casper, where wedding insurance specialist Harrison had been providing celebration protection and liability coverage at Wyoming Wedding Insurance for 9 years. He was known for his expertise in wedding insurance and his commitment to protecting couples from celebration disasters through comprehensive coverage and risk management. Harrison seemed dedicated to ensuring wedding celebrations were protected from unexpected problems through professional insurance coordination and liability protection that provided financial security during celebration challenges and unexpected wedding disasters. Harrison always provides excellent wedding insurance that protects our celebration from unexpected disasters while ensuring financial security during our special day, appreciated couple Jasmine during a wedding insurance consultation. His insurance expertise guarantees our wedding investment will be protected from unexpected problems through comprehensive coverage and professional risk management that provides peace of mind for our celebration planning and financial security. But couples began discovering their wedding insurance was invalid, inadequate, or completely non-existent when they needed coverage during celebration disasters. With Harrison claiming that wedding insurance involves complex policy terms and that coverage limitations sometimes affect claim approval despite professional insurance coordination and policy management efforts for celebration protection and financial security. Harrison's wedding insurance was completely fake and provided no coverage when our venue canceled, leaving us financially responsible for massive losses, explained devastated couple Kyle to the wedding insurance investigation team. The insurance fraud eliminated financial protection that we had paid for and trusted for our celebration security, creating massive debt that should have been covered by legitimate wedding insurance and professional liability protection. When Kyle demanded insurance explanation and coverage accountability, Harrison provided fake policy documentation claiming coverage was legitimate, and that claim denials sometimes result from policy interpretation rather than insurance fraud or coverage inadequacy for celebration protection and financial security assistance. Investigation revealed Harrison had been selling completely fake wedding insurance policies while collecting premium payments for coverage that never existed, creating financial devastation while couples believed they had professional insurance protection for their celebration investments and wedding financial security needs. He'd been creating fraudulent insurance documents while never arranging actual coverage or policy protection, collecting insurance premiums for celebration protection that existed only in fake policy papers while couples trusted legitimate insurance coordination for their wedding security. The scheme particularly harmed couples who faced financial ruin during wedding disasters, while Harrison profited from insurance fraud that violated coverage commitments and celebration protection responsibilities for wedding financial security and liability protection during unexpected celebration challenges and disasters. Harrison had been meeting insurance sales targets while couples faced financial devastation from insurance fraud that violated coverage standards and wedding protection expectations. When wedding insurance investigators examined his policy records and coverage arrangements, they found Harrison had sold over 300 fake wedding insurance policies while collecting approximately $260,000 in fraudulent premiums from couples who never received any actual insurance coverage or financial protection, creating massive financial losses during wedding disasters that should have been covered by legitimate celebration insurance and professional liability protection. Thank you for joining me tonight on Drowsy Tales Daily. And may these stories guide you into peaceful sleep with renewed awareness of the importance of wedding industry accountability and protecting couples from vendors and coordinators that would exploit their trust during the most precious moments of their lives. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you tomorrow night for another collection of fascinating Reddit stories designed to help you drift off to sleep.